Welcome to the Angular Pivot Table tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to add, edit, and delete records in the Syncfusion Angular Pivot Table through different edit modes. Also, I will show you how to perform CRUD actions in the pivot chart. I will open an existing Angular application where I have an Angular Pivot Table bound to the JSON data source. If you want to know how to get started with the Angular Pivot Table component, refer to the video attached to the YouTube card above. I will run this application using the command ng-serve. Look here, the pivot table is rendered with the defined data source. Now I will show you how to perform CRUD operations on the pivot table. I define the public property edit settings with the type cell edit settings, which is automatically imported from the Angular Pivot View package. And inside the ng-on-init method, I initialize the edit settings property and enable the allow editing, allow adding, and allow deleting properties. Then, I assign this property to the Edit Settings property of the Pivot View tag. See now, when I double-click on any cell, the raw data of that cell appears in a new window. In the toolbar, you can see the options for performing CRUD operations. First, I will show you how to add a new record to the table. I click the Add button and see a new row created here. I enter all the required fields and update the table by clicking the Update button. You can see the total value in the pivot table is updated with the newly added record. Next, I will show you how to edit data in an existing record. This row indicates that 528 units were sold in Germany. To edit this cell, I double-click it to open the Edit window, then select the cell and click the Edit button. Now the selected row is editable. In this example, I will increase the number of sold units by 10. After I update the changes, you can see that the sold units have increased to 538 in the table. Similarly, to remove any row from the grid, I can select the row and click the Delete button. The pivot table supports 3 other editing modes: dialog, batch, and command column. Let me show you the different editing modes. First, I will use the dialog mode by setting the mode property to dialog. I double-click a cell to open the editing window. When I select a row and click the Edit button, a dialog pops up with the edit options. I edit the values in the dialog box and save the changes by clicking the Save button. Look at the table. The edited value is updated here. Next, I will show you how to use the batch edit mode. I change the value of the mode property to batch. In the editing window, I can edit multiple rows at once and update the table content by saving the changes. Notice the pivot table updated with the edited values. Next, in the command column mode, an additional column with edit and delete icons is appended to the table. I can enable this editing mode by setting the property allow command columns to true. I double-click on a cell to open the editing window. Here, you see a new column with edit and delete icons appended to the table. I can edit and delete the row using these icons. I save the changes by clicking the Save button. Next, I will show you how to display the table data as a chart. If you want to display the table data in a graphical format for better data visualization, you can display it as a pivot chart. I define the public property display option with the type display option, which is automatically imported from the Syncfusion Angular Pivot View package. And inside the ng-on-init method, I initialize this display option property. and set the view property to chart. Then, I assign this property to the display option property of the pivot view tag. See now, the pivot chart is rendered for the given data. I can customize this chart using the chart settings property. In this example, I'll just add a title and change the chart type. To add a title, I define the public property, chart settings, with the type chart settings. To use this type, I need to import it from the Syncfusion Pivot View package. And inside the ngOnInit method, I initialize this chart settings property and set the title property to sales analysis. To change the chart type, I set the chart series type as column. Then, I assign this property to the chart settings property of the pivot view tag. As you can see, the component is now rendered with the column chart. Now I will show you how to perform CRUD operations in the chart. I double-click any data point in the chart. See, the editing window opens where I can add, edit, or delete the rows as shown earlier. Like the pivot table, the pivot chart also supports all types of editing modes. In this video, you saw how to edit data in a pivot table using different edit modes. Then, I showed you how to display a table as a pivot chart and how to perform editing in the pivot chart. If you want to try out the example used in this video, you can download it from the GitHub link in this video's description. I have also shared a link where you can learn about obtaining a free license key to use our Angular suite through our community license if you are eligible. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please like it and subscribe to our channel.